What's going on, everyone? This is your guy, Pat Bernard, aka the Gobbler. How about the Fightins? The Fightins winning 7-2 over the Arizona Diamondbacks. And how sweet does victory taste? And most important, when the weather is starting to heat up, so is Aaron Nola. Through the heat, through the rain, Aaron Nola has looked really, really sharp. Really, really sharp. And I think that's going to be the story of this episode of the Fightins Final. And I'm your guy, Pat Bernard. And Aaron Nola. Aaron Nola played extremely, extremely well tonight. 8 Ks on the night. Did not look like crap. Did not look like crap. And the game in the back of your minds thinking the bullpen was going to probably let you down, and the bullpen stuck together. Carlos Hernandez, Tanner Banks, Joe Ross. I will get into a little bit about the bullpen a little later, but let's talk Nola. Let's talk Noah. Star Wars leads us off with the comment. Star Wars says, we played in the rain and JT got a home run in it. Not just him, Mr. Star Wars. Not just JT. How about that Max Kepler delivering? He's been a bright spot. Doesn't matter where that ball is located in that strike zone, he's making contact. But I'm going to get into the offense a little later because I need to talk about the Phillies pitching right now. And they went up against Brandon. I'll talk about the Diamondbacks, but I mean, this Phillies offense was clicking tonight. The Aaron Nola was on a different planet tonight. The rough patch, and as the weather is getting warmer, he's starting to heat up. He didn't have great command of his fastballs, but he had a lot of guys chasing his curveballs, his sliders, his sinkers. He was really nasty. He was doing a great job working the top part of the strike zone with the cutters. He did a phenomenal job today, working the strike zone. I mean, Nola pitched a gem today. He looked like an ace. He looked like an ace today. This is the Aaron Nola that we came in love. This is the Aaron Nola that we respected. It's a shame he went through a rough patch, with the cold starts, but it is what it is. He's played a lot better today. He played a lot better today. Noah lowered his ERA. He should have. That should have right there, Star Wars. He looked good. I think we would be wrong if we didn't throw him his flowers. We need to throw Aaron Nola his flowers. He pitched a gem today. He pitched a gem, and we need to be thankful for it. He came up strong. He looked really good with his. He had some good stuff. It was solid today, and like I said, a little bit of a downpour. He was battling through the heat, battling through the rain, and none of it, the nasty weather didn't cause him to slow down at all. 6 strong innings. Thank you. Thank you, Star Wars. He gave you 6 strong innings. He didn't give up any runs. He didn't have a snowball effect of sloppiness. He was really decent. He didn't give up any runs at all. At all. You have to give Nola credit today. He pitched a gem. This is, we've seen glimpses of this. Steve Star Wars says he got through 6 innings with 95 going into the 6th. Right. He was throwing some heaters. But yeah, again, Star Wars, the command of the fastball wasn't great. We've seen some inside stuff, too far in, too far out. But where he was really good in tonight's game was getting guys chasing the curveball, working the top part of the strike zone with the cutter, the sinker. I mean, he was decent through 6 innings of baseball. Aaron Nola played very, very well. He played very, very well. You got to be happy. You got to be excited for what you saw from Nola tonight. Six strong innings. You have to be happy. Really, I know, again, they were posed by Brandon Pfaadt. Pfaadt, with a 5-1 record heading into today's game, looked on paper to going to dial up the Phillies offense for some issues, and no. That Phillies offense, especially from 2 to 4 innings, was a house of horrors for Brandon Pfaadt. Was a house of horrors. Let's look at, okay, let's go back. Let's circle back. Top of the second inning, or bottom second inning. You get JT Remuto. No, Max Kepler goes yard. Nick Castellanos gets on base. Nick Castellanos goes yard. JT Remuto follows up with a double. Alec Bohm gets on base. Marsh has a hit. Third inning, Schwarber with a walk. Max Kepler gets on base. JT Remuto goes yard. Fourth inning, Trey Turner had a decent game, had 2 hits. Hits a double. Schwarber gets on base. Nick Castellanos, legs one out. Again, the offense was there. The offense, the big story, Brandon Marsh getting into a little bit of a rhythm. The bats were alive a little bit. The bats were alive. Star Wars says Marsh had a good game, but his defense. Yeah, listen, he's going to get in a rhythm. You got to remember he hasn't been in a Phillies uniform for quite some time. But listen, he had a hit. I'm more impressed with Trey Turner, continue playing hot. I'm more impressed with Max Kepler's game. Max Kepler played very, very well yesterday. He went yard on a pitch that was inside. He went yard with a pitch that was right down Broad Street. Made a nice hit off a ball that was low towards the outside of the zone. I mean, I liked what Max Kepler is delivering. I think it's great. And JT has been more consistent for this Phillies offense than not. And he's been there. I mean, look at the double he had today. Look at the homer he had today. And this kid, Brandon Pfaadt, I mean, he did himself no favors by keep on delivering the Phillies offense cookies down Broad Street. Like, you don't do that. Like, they were coming down Broad Street and passing Ave. And these guys were smacking them out the ballpark. There's a couple deficiencies I do got to get on. And I am going to get on Bryson Stott. He only had 1 hit, but he's been cold. Him and Bryce Harper. 0-5 tonight. I mean, and again, what is the deal with the aggressive at-bats. He's not making contact. He's just swinging for the fences. Literally swinging for the fences. We got to do something about that. If you guys seen the game, please chime into the show. Love to hear from you. But Brandon Marsh, I mean, Bryce Harper has been horrible. Has been horrible. Did not look well today. He's been ice cold for this Phillies offense. Like you've seen it today, right? The middle of this lineup, the meat. Usually on paper, the meat of the lineup looks like it's supposed to start at the top of the lineup. No, the producing part of this lineup is right there in the middle. From Schwarber down the bottom is producing for you. Outside of Trey Turner. Like, I don't get it. Like, can we get on Harper a little bit? Harper's been horrible. He needs to produce and stop being so aggressive. Like some stuff he does is just, this is fundamental baseball. Not to go after every first pitch, especially if it's not in the strike zone. And sometimes Bryson Stott looks just lost. I don't know if the pressure being the leadoff guy is now getting to him. I don't know what's going on. Star Wars. Schwarber has extended his on-base strike. Wow. Oh, yeah, that's good. Can Ranger have a good game tomorrow? I don't know. I'm not expecting the Ranger from the beginning of last year's Star Wars. That's what everyone's hoping. I think it's going to be a confidence game. I don't know. I'm not feeling it. I know it's supposed to be a wait and see game, but I don't think Ranger is going to be that guy tomorrow. And look, I hope I'm wrong. But let's look over the stat line right here. Let's go over Brandon Fad today. Let's look at the Phillies overall. Phillies overall 12 Ks. Had 11 hits tonight. Had 11 hits. Oh, my dog. My man, Mike Kaepernick checking in. Good win. Yes. Yes, Mike. Yes. The Phillies had a great win today. A great win. But, I sound like a Debbie Downer, but I'm what is going on with Harper? What is going on with Harper? It's terrible. What's going on with Harper? What's going on with Bryson Stott? What's going on with those Vegas boys? They've become ice cold. I'm sorry I didn't give you guys these numbers. So, okay, Nola had 8 Ks, and gave up 4 hits. Brandon Fad, on the other hand, he gave up 9 hits, had 6 Ks, gave up 1 walk, and gave up 2 home runs. Star Wars says, anytime you can put ice cream on a hat, Tom, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I like to see ice cream in a hat. If the gobbler wants to know, if you could stick ice cream in the hat, the gobbler's going to eat it. My man Dave Yarner, what's up, my buddy? He says, Stott's defense makes up for his bats. Not a bad thing. Yeah, you're right. He does play. Dave, you're absolutely right about that. He does play some solid defense, but my lord, then take him out of the leadoff spot. Put him down to 8th. Switch the spots with him and Bolton. I think Bohm's earned it. You need a better leadoff guy. Mike Peppernick says Robbie allowed Ranger to pitch like 3 innings, and then the rest of the then it's pretty right. You're absolutely right. It'll probably be a bullpen game after that. See, I think what they said on TV, probably give him up to about 90 pitches. See where he goes from there. So you're probably right, Mike Peppernick. Give him about 3 innings and then go to the bullpen. Hopefully the bullpen can play like they did tonight. He says, why is Marsh back up? He's probably going to get some more starting time now there, Mike Peppernick. You're probably going to see a little bit more Marsh. Marsh, he can deliver a little bit more better offense, as you saw today, than Rojas. Kepler's playing arduous lefty. Yeah, he is. Kepler's been playing lights out. Star Wars. I love Kepler's game. He was another one. It was kind of cold. Took him a little bit of time to get into a rhythm. But now that he's found his rhythm, he's making great contact. I mean, I looked at his pitch last night. I looked at his game tonight. I mean, anywhere that ball hits that strike zone, he's making contact with it. I love the fact that he drills it. He drilled an inside pitch last night. He drilled one that came right down the middle of Passon Ave. He got one tonight that was low on the outside of the right at the corner of the strike zone, and he turned it into a double. I mean, there was some stuff that he did, man. It was really nice. Oh. Mike Peppernick says, I hope that the dates that Crawford can come up soon is coming up soon. Yeah, same here. I like to see the big hype for Crawford. I like to see what he can bring to the table. He said, I like to keep Crawford in the game. Yeah, with Larry. I like to keep Kepler in the game with lefty. Same. I'm not gonna. I want to walk away from that there, Star Wars. But I mean, I want to see, like I said, going not to change, shift gears on you there, Star Wars. But yeah, what I'm seeing from Max Kepler and the middle of this lineup, JT, those guys producing, it's been nice. It's been solid. Kyle Schwarber gets a walk. He actually had a decent game. Let's go over some of the numbers here tonight of your fighting Phillies as far as the lineup. So here we go. Bryson Stott, 1 for 5. Turner, 2 for 5 with a run. Kyle Schwarber, 0 for 4 with a strikeout. He got 1 walk. Kyle Schwarber tonight, 0 for 3 with a run. He also got a walk. Castellanos with a hit, run, and 1 for 4. Kepler, 2 for 4, 2 RBIs. JT Realmuto, 3 for 4, 2 hits, 2 runs. Bohm, 1 for 3. Marsh, 2 for 4. The team had a total of 6 Ks tonight. Not bad. 6 Ks. They had 11 hits. We can live with that. I think as Phillies fans, we can live with it. And let's be honest. I know it's not the same ramification. Yeah, I know it's not postseason time. But you got to remember, this Diamondbacks team has had the Phillies number for quite some time. They've always snake bitten this Phillies team. And they found out how to punch it out now. Star Wars says that second inning was nice. Yeah, absolutely, man. They were thumping. Star Wars. They thumped. They were thumping from the second inning, third inning, and fourth inning. They were thumping around the Diamondbacks. My man Dave Yarnell says, now you watch, JT will start to go into get hot at the moron at that moron manager will mess the things up. I'm telling you. Oh, come on. Yeah. You're not a fan of Topper there, Dave? He says, is it Mike Pepperneck is asking, is Mike Lauer wrestling tonight? Yeah. I hope somebody power drives Mike on his head there, Mike. No, I'm kidding. I can't wait to see Mike tomorrow. The PM and the AM is back here tomorrow. I can't wait. Yeah, so if everyone's watching, PM and the AM's back, so make sure you take your Tylenol. I'm going to need it, my blood pressure medicine. I'm going to need a whole lot of that and more dealing with that knucklehead. But I'm looking towards hanging out with my buddy. Most important. But again, Phillies, great game tonight. They win 7-2 overall. We're just nitpicking some of the things that it could be better. Obviously, Bryce Harper could be better. Bryce's stock could be better. But how about some of the shine things? Carlos, other than Carlos Hernandez is, he gives up the 2-run blooper. Other than that, I mean, the bullpen was pretty much solid. Tanner Banks was pretty much solid. Carlos Hernandez had some nice fastballs. Tanner Banks had some sinkers. And then, of course, the story of the night, Nola, with 8 Ks tonight in 6 innings. He's been a shell of his old self again. Like, I loved what Aaron Nola did tonight. Like I said, through the heat, through the rain, and he was battling. Damn, so much great command of his fastball. But he had that Diamondbacks bats. He had the Diamondbacks chasing those knuckle curveballs. He was working the top part of the strike zone with his cutters. Aaron Nola was just a beast. Like I said, Aaron Nola just put on a clinic. When the weather warms up, boy, he's starting to heat up. So again, that's the story of the night. Let's go around the bases. All right, guys. Well, you got it. You're Aaron Nola's first win of the year as they would take care of the Diamondbacks, winning 7-2. Let's get some other scoreboard. The Marlins win 9-6 over the Athletics. The Oakland A's. Minnesota with a trip out to B-Town, winning 4-3 over the Red Sox. The San Francisco Giants hosting the Colorado Rockies, winning 6-3. The Padres stealing one from the Pittsburgh Pirates, winning 2-1. The Guardians winning 5-3 over the Toronto Blue Jays. The Houston Astros winning 8-3 over the Chicago White Sox. Your final, the Tampa Bay Rays winning 3-2 over the Yankees. We got a delay start with the Braves and Dodgers. Just about to get start there on the west side is about the Angels and the Tigers, Detroit Tigers. Top of the 6th, we got the Royals winning 2-0 right now over the Baltimore Orioles. How about this? How about the Nationals winning or in the midst of a win right now, winning 10-4 right now over the Cincinnati Reds. Top of the 9th, 1-1 between the Seattle Mariners and the Texas Rangers. Bottom of the 9th, Chicago Cubs are winning 6-2 over the Milwaukee Brewers. And that would be your around the bases. Let's get into some of these comments here. I like John Kruk in the booth. Yes, so do I. I think John Kruk is great. He's an amazing commentator. Tanner Banks looked good on the mound also. Yeah, like I said, Star Wars, the bullpen, which we've all complained about up until this point. It's held by scotch tape and rubber bands. No, the bullpen looked good tonight. The bullpen looked good tonight. Arnold gave you 6 decent innings, 8 Ks in 6 innings. Looked phenomenal. He pitched a gem tonight through the heat, through the rain. Getting the Diamondbacks chase after his knuckle carver ball. Working the top part of the strike zone with that nasty cutter of his. Like, it was looking good for this guy. The offense, like I said, the middle of that offense, it was really put on a show. So, guys, tomorrow, Matty B will be with you guys. He'll be back here on the Fighting Finals. This is my first win. But, yeah, he's got the Rangers game for you tomorrow. I will be back here tomorrow morning on PM and the AM. So, guys, one more I got to get to. I got to give my Broad Street bottom line. Let me get to that. All right, guys, this is your Broad Street bottom line. Again, the Phillies have now won. Pretty much, the Phillies have now won 6 out of the last 7 games. They looked really, really strong. Again, moving up in the NL. And the NL itself, they got to keep on rocking and rolling before they head out to Tampa. So maybe they get the sweep tomorrow. If they don't, that's okay. They won the series. If they could get a nice win heading into Tampa, now we're starting to click. Now this team's starting to speak volumes. Now I'm liking what I'm seeing. Arnold getting his confidence back. The meat of this lineup is starting to click. Trey Turner looking like the Terminator out there. A man possessed. Just making great contact. But the Vegas boys need to start coming around a little bit. The Vegas boys, Stott and Harper, need to start coming around. So, all right, guys. Again, Matty B will be with you tomorrow afternoon. He's got the call for you. I will be back, yes, PM and the AM after 8 months. That's right. After 8 months of not working with one another, we'll be back. Me and Michael Lara. We'll be talking Phillies. We're going to be talking Flyers head coaching search. And, of course, I'm going to pick Mike Lara's brain about what grade he gives the Eagles draft picks. But, yeah, all that and more. My man Adam. Real fast, let me give him some love because what's up, Pat? Nice, easy win. I would say 7-2, great win for the Phils. Again, against a team in recent history that has had their number. So we'll see what happens. Thanks, Dave, for the update because Mets and Cardinals got postponed tonight. Yeah. If you are, well, it looks like the rain has stopped here, but I know it just was downpouring up here in Ambler, so don't get murdered tomorrow, Pat. No, I'm not worried. I'm just going to take a lot of, Tylenol and a lot of blood pressure medicine to realize I'm going to be back here with Mike. And don't forget about my man Al Safiri. Oh boy. Yeah, don't forget about those 2 bozos. No, but guys, listen, enjoy your Saturday night. If you guys are watching, Adam, The Union are on, and I think the Union actually are handling business out there in Montreal. So, guys, go Phillies. Go, everybody. I enjoy the rest of your night. I will catch you tomorrow.